So this is day 2 of describing data vocab. So this is the mean is the average of the numbers, so you're going to add them all up and divide. The median is the middle number, so you're going to put them in order and cross them out from the outsides in until you get to the middle. If there's 2 middle numbers though, you're going to average them. You're going to add them together and divide by 2. The mode is the one that happens the most often. And then let's go ahead and do an example. So Fiona has the following test scores in her math class. Find the mean, median, mode of the test scores. So the first thing you want to do is put them in order from least to greatest. So let's go ahead and do that first. So 72, 76, 77, then it goes 85, 88, 90, and then 90 happens again, so make sure you write it twice, and then 95. So when we do that, we're able to find the median. So let's go ahead and find the median. Okay, so there's 2 middle numbers, so we're going to have to add them together and divide by 2. So let's see, 85 plus 88 gives me 173, divided by 2 gives me 86.5. Okay, to find the mean, you have to add them all up. So let's go ahead and do that. 72 plus 76, 77, 85, 88, 90, 90 again, 95. So you get 673 when you add them all up. We have to divide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers. So I take that, divide by 8, I get 84.125. Normally we do 2 decimal places, but in the calculator it stopped. So when it stops like that, put all of the numbers. Usually it'll be 1, 2, or 3 numbers. Next we have the mode. That's what happens most often. So our mode is going to be 90 because that number happens 2 times. Okay, the next part is the max and min. Remember, the maximum is your largest number and your minimum is your smallest number. If we look at the numbers above, our minimum was 72 and our max was 95. The range is the difference between the max and the min, so remember, you always do the max minus the min. Okay, max minus the min. So this is never going to be a negative number. It should always be positive. Okay, so this question is the exact same question we worked on above. So we already have it in order. So I'm just going to go ahead and rewrite it in order so we can see it better. So 72, 76, 77, 85, 88, 90, 90, 95. All right, so same exact question as above. So our maximum is our biggest number, so that is going to be 95. Our minimum is our smallest number, so that's going to be 72. In order to find the range, you do the max minus the min. So we're going to do 95 minus 72 equals 23. So 23 is our range. Okay, so on this back part, this is newer. So make sure you pay attention. So the lower quartile is the median of the lower half of the data set. So it's the middle number for the lower half of the data set. So how are we going to find it? You're going to have to put the numbers in numerical order. So that means from least to greatest. Divide the set into two halves, the lower and the upper set. Lower half and the upper half. And then you're going to find the median of the lower half. This value indicates the lower 25% of the data. That means that 75% of all data is greater than this value. So using her test scores again, so we have to put them from least to greatest. So 72, 76, 77, 85, 88, 90, 90, 95. I wrote a little too big. That's okay. All right, so we need to split this in half. So there's 1, 2, 3. Here are the middle 4, or the middle 2, sorry. And we're going to split it directly in half. So this is the lower, and this is the upper. Okay, so the lower is the Q1. So we split it in half. We have a lower and an upper, and now we need to find the median of the lower, which means the middle number. So right here is where the median is going to be. So I have to add 76 and 77 and divide by 2, which should give you 76.5. Okay, for the upper is similar, you're finding the median of the upper half. So you're putting the numbers in numerical order, and you're dividing the set into two halves, the lower half, the upper half, and then you're finding the median of the upper half. Okay, this value indicates the upper 25% of the data. That means that 75% of the data is less than this value. So these numbers are the same as these numbers. So we already have the upper half. So right here is where the median is going to be between the 90s. Well, 90 plus 90 divided by 2 is still going to give us 90. If you're not sure, you can always stick it into the calculator. Okay, next is interquartile range. So it's kind of like normal range, but now we're using the numbers above, the Q1s and the Q3s. So the interquartile range is the difference between the upper and lower quartiles. So how do we do it? First, you have to find Q1 and Q3 of the data set, and then you need to subtract Q1 from Q3. So you're doing Q3 minus Q1. So this interquartile range is 50% of the data is contained within this range. So 50% of the data. So again, we're using the same numbers above. So we already have Q1, we figured that out, was 76.5, and we already have Q3 was 90. So we need to do Q3 minus Q1. So that's going to be 90 minus 76.5. 90 minus 76.5 is going to give me 13.5. So 13.5 is our IQR, interquartile range. So down here is a little visualization of Q1, Q2 is the median, and Q3. And here's the interquartile range. Okay, there's information on how to use it on the calculator, but we're not going to use it on this calculator because you cannot use this calculator on your EOC. On Wednesday, we are going to start playing with Desmos. So make sure you have Desmos either on your phone or on your computer. If you're using the app on your phone, you can use the Desmos, the regular app, or there's one that's called Desmos Test Mode. This is the app version of what you're going to see on your EOC. So I would suggest downloading both of them, but this is the one you're definitely going to see. And then I've already posted a link on Canvas that has this on there for you to use.